Hey everyone and welcome to the club. Today I'll be showing you how to draw a giant skeleton from Clash Royale. Let's get started on the top of our page with the eyes. So I'm going to start on the left side. I'm going to draw a curve for the upper eyelid. Starting from the outside, we'll curve up, and then we'll come down. On the inside, I'm just going to curl this up for a little frown line. Let's leave a space in the center and do the same thing on the right side. Starting from the frown line, we'll curve across. Now we'll curve up and over towards the outside of the eye. Now from here, I just want to tuck the bottoms of the eye in underneath the eyelid. So we're going to start in the corner here. We're going to curve down, almost like a little half circle, and just pull this up underneath this little curve here. Then we're going to do the same thing on the right side, starting on the inside this time. Now let's go in and color those in black. Now in between the eyes, right down here, we're going to draw the nose. So we're going to start on the left side, curve up towards the top, round it out, and then pull it down on the right. Now we're going to connect those 2 points with another curve. Going up and then down, we'll fill that in black. Let's move up above the eyes and draw a curve for the bottom edge of the hat. Starting on the left side, we're going to curve down and then back up on the right side. Now let's take these points and draw the cheeks. So we're going to curve around the eyes and then we'll pull them in. Starting on the left, we'll curve around the eye and then just pull that in. Do the same thing on the right. From these 2 points, we're just going to curve down and in, just down towards the bottom edge of the teeth. Now let's connect those 2 points with another curve. Now just along this line, we want to add in the teeth. So we're going to start in this corner here, and just draw like a half oval, going up and then down. And we're going to repeat this all the way over towards the right side. Now we're going to move down and draw the lower jaw. Now we want to draw this in a slight angle, shift it over towards the right. So we start down here and curve up, just touching the corner of the top of the jaw and going out. From this point here, we're just going to draw a straight line coming down. Now I'm going to curve this up underneath the cheek on the left. Curving it up. And now I'm going to fill this entire area in black. Now on this point here, I just want to curve the lower part of the jaw, coming down to right about here. We're going to go to the outside and just draw the outside edge. Stepping over, curve around, and then pull that down. Now we're going to connect those 2 points with another curve. Now we're going to do the same thing as we did on the top. We're going to flip it over and draw the bottom part of the teeth. So from here, we're going to curve down and pull that up. Again, we're going to repeat this all the way across the lower jaw. Okay, now that we got the face, let's draw in the hat. So we're going to start just underneath the cheeks. Starting on the left side, we're going to move over a little, curving out and then down. And we're just going to round this out and pull it up. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Starting on the side here, underneath the cheek, curving out and down, and we'll just hook that back up. We're going to draw the outside edge of the hat going up above the brow line. We're going to curve this around, pull this up alongside the cheek and above the edge of the hat. Same thing on the right side. Now these 2 top points, we're going to curve them in with a slight curve. Now we're going to curve up towards the top of the flap. Curving up and in. Now we're going to round out these ends and just scoop it down in the center. So on the left side, we'll just round this out, come down in the middle, back up on the right side, and then just round it out. Now from these points, we're just going to step out and draw the outside of the hat. So on the left side, we'll step out, curving up over the brim. Do the same thing on the right side. And then we're going to connect those 2 points with a curve. Now just along the top, we just want to add a little stitch line. So we're going to curve it down in behind that flap. Now we want to show these flaps sort of turning around the head. So from this point here, we're going to curve up and in behind the jaw. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Okay, so now we got the head. Let's work our way down the body. I'm going to start with the collarbone. It's basically a big long oval tucked in behind the jaw. So we're going to start on this point here. We're going to curve out towards the left, and then just down in the center, just below the jaw, and curl it back around on the right side. In the center here, I just want to draw a little curve, just to show the split. And then up here, beside the jaw, I'm just going to draw a curve going up, and just leaving a little gap. We're going to do the same thing on the right side. Let's work our way down with the ribs. So on this side here, just underneath the collarbone, curve it around, pull it in towards the middle. Now I want to leave a little gap in the center here. I'm going to curl this around, pull it back towards the left side, and then just tuck it up underneath the collarbone. We're going to do the same thing on the right side. Starting down here, we're going to curve around, pull this in towards the middle. I'm going to round it out, pull it back towards the right, and then tuck that in underneath the collarbone. We're going to do another set underneath here. So starting down here on the left, we'll round it out again, coming in towards the middle, we'll round out the rib, pull it back towards the left, and then tuck that in underneath. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Starting right here, we're going to curve around, pull that in towards the middle, we're going to round out the rib, pull it back towards the right, and then just pull it up underneath the top rib. Now just below the ribs, we're going to draw the lower torso. So starting in the center here, we're going to draw a curve from left to right, coming down, and then back up. Now we're going to draw a curve for the upper part of the hips. From here, we're going to curve up and out. Do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to curve these back in towards the center. So curving it down and then in. Same thing on the right. Now we want to connect those 2 points with a curve, going up in the middle and then down. Now in behind the ribs and the collarbone, we want to draw in the spine. So on the left side, we're just going to draw a straight line coming down in behind the ribs, go in between, and then all the way down towards the lower torso. We'll do the same thing on the right side, going in between the ribs, and then down towards the hips. Now in here, we just want to draw a couple of curves that go across. Starting on the bottom on the left side, curve down, and then back up. We'll step up in between the ribs, draw another curve, and we're just going to continue this all the way across, all the way to the top. Now on the sides of the body, we want to draw the rope strap. So just underneath this flap right here, we're going to curve out, and we'll pull this in towards the lower rib. Do the same thing on the right, going out, and then pulling that in. I want to show some of the fibers of the rope. So we're just going to draw a series of curves coming down and in. Starting from the outside, curve down, we'll step up, and we're just going to continue this pattern all the way across the rope. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Starting at the bottom, we'll curve up and out. Now just underneath the rope, we want to draw on the shoulder bone. So right up here, we're going to draw a curve going out, and then we'll pull that back in. We'll do the same thing on the right, going out, and then we'll pull that back in. Now we want to draw on the arms. On the left side, I'm going to have that arm hanging down. On this side, he'll be holding a bomb. So let's start with the left side first. We're going to start with the upper part of the arm. Start underneath the shoulder, we're going to curve it out, and then pull that in. We want to curve this back out again. Curving out towards the elbow, and then we'll just hook that back up. We're going to do a little overlap here. We're going to step down, curving around, go in, and then up underneath the rope. Let's draw on the forearm. So starting on the outside, curving in, go back out. Now it's basically almost the same thing as the upper part of the arm. We're going to curve this around and in. We're going to do an overlap this time in the opposite direction. We're going to go up, curve it around, we're going to pinch it in the middle, go out, and then tuck that in underneath that bone. Let's go ahead and draw on the hand just down here. We're going to start with the thumb first. So right underneath the bone here, we're going to curve it around, and then we'll pull that up. From here, I'm going to do a hard turn, curving around, and then back up towards the top. From this point, I'm going to curve it across for the thumb bone. Let's draw on the hand. So on the outside, we're gonna curve it around and then just pull that in behind the thumb. Now we're gonna tuck the fingers in behind here. Starting on the right side of the hand, just gonna draw a little half circle. Draw another one back behind here. So we're gonna step over, curving around in behind the front finger. Step over again, I'll draw another curve tucked in behind again. Now I'm going to draw on the first knuckle right here. So we're going to curve around, tuck that in behind. Now right underneath this knuckle, we're just going to curve it in behind the front finger. Do the same thing with the pinky. We'll just curve that back in around. Let's move over towards the right side and draw on the big bomb here. So it's basically a big circle, but at the bottom I want to layer in the finger so it's holding the bomb underneath like this. So I'm going to draw a circle this big, so at the bottom here, I'm going to start with the fingers. Starting at the top, we're going to draw a little oval. Towards the left, we're going to draw another oval. On the left side, we'll draw another oval. Now we're going to draw in a big circle tucked in behind the fingers. Starting on the left side here, curving around, just touching the rope. Go back around. Now I want to make my way back around the right side. Just trying to keep an even circle all the way around. Now at the top of this circle, we want to draw in the wick. So on either side of the center, we're going to draw two straight lines going up. We're going to connect those 2 points with a curve. Now we're going to draw the wick sort of curving over towards the right. So from left to center, we're going to curve it over. We're going to step over towards the right and draw that same curve. Now we're going to close off the top with another curve along the top here. We want to draw some curves in the inside of the wick. Starting on the left side, curving across, step up, and draw another curve. Now in behind the wick, we're going to draw in the little spark. Starting on the left side, we're just going to curve it out. We want to draw a series of little points going around the wick. It's almost like little half circles. I'm going to make my way over towards the right side, and then just tuck this in behind the wick. Now right here between the shoulder and the bomb, I'm going to draw in the top part of the arm. So on the side of the shoulder, I'm just going to curve in behind the bomb. We don't have to draw on the back side here because it's covered by the rope. Just underneath the fingers here, I'm just going to draw a little bit of the hand. So stepping over towards the left, curve underneath the fingers, and we're going to pull this up just in the center of the first finger. Let's move down and draw in the legs. So starting on the left side, from this point I'm going to step over towards the left. I'm going to curve this across and down behind the hand. We're going to move up and just draw another curve going in behind the hand. On this side we're going to do the same thing, but I'm going to locate the kneecap right here. Stepping up, we'll do that same curve. I just want to round this out at the end. So going out, and then we'll pull that up. Very similar to how we did the elbow right here. We step down, we'll curve around, and I'm just going to pull this up underneath the hip. Let's move down to the lower part of the leg. So this leg is coming in behind the hand towards the knee, and we're going to draw on the lower part of the shin. So right down here, we're going to draw a curve coming down and in. Let's go over to the right side. Now I'm going to draw on that little joint. So we're going to curve it out and then in. Now I'm going to draw on the inside part of the leg. Do a hard turn coming down towards the heel. From this point here, I just want to round it out and curve the bottom of the foot. Going down and then across towards the left. From this point, I want to draw on the first toe. Curve it up and then pull that down. From the tip of that toe, I'm going to draw another curve going up towards the second toe. From this point, I'm going to curve up and then just tuck that in behind the first toe. We'll do that one more time. Curving down and out, curve it up and then in behind the second toe. Now at the top of the third toe here, I'm going to curve up the top of the foot and pull that down towards the bottom of the foot. Going across and then down. And at the top of this foot, I'm just going to curve up, just aiming towards the knee. Curving up like that. Now right up here, I'm just going to draw a curve along the ankle, going towards the inside of the leg. Let's move over towards the right and do the same thing. So we're going to round out the heel, curve it down and over towards the toes. From this point, I want to curve up the toe and then pull that down. From the tip of the toe, I'm just going to draw another curve, going up and in behind the front toe. We'll do that one more time. Now at the top of this toe, we're going to curve up the top of the foot and pull that down towards the bottom of the foot. Now we're going to draw on the outside of the leg. So So underneath this kneecap, we're going to curve it around and then in. And then curve in the opposite direction towards the top of the foot. We're going to draw that little ankle separation. The top of the foot here, we're going to curve down towards the inside of the leg. I want to show a little bit of the barrel tucked in behind the body here. So we're going to start at the top of the shoulders, starting on the left. We're going to curve up and in. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Now I'm just going to imagine this connecting in behind the head. Starting on the left, we're going to curve up and then continue down on the right side. Now this line is going to go in behind the shoulder and then come down here on the side. So I'll just curve that down to about there. On this side, it's going to go behind the arm, but it's going to stop right about here. So I want to connect these 2 points in behind the hips. Starting behind the arm, going in behind the hips, and then back up on the right side. I want to draw a little band along the bottom here. So I'm going to take this curve and just duplicate it up above. Just in between the ribs and behind the spine. Back up on the right side. We'll do the same thing on the top here. Starting on the left, we'll curve upwards and then down on the right. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's a giant skeleton from Clash Royale. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you subscribe and check out our Clash of Clans playlist. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.